I'm back with more DIY bodyworks and wellness tips, and as always I love to feature my publication I Touch Myself and I Like It. It's a DIY self-massage, acupressure, reflexology, and Wealth-flex-ology journal recorder. And today I'm going to actually share with you the liver 3 point, and I know I've covered that in other videos, but I actually have a little tender spot, going on. Um, so normally when there's a little tenderness, that could be that, the liver needs some stimulation. But also when you're working down here, like in the valleys, even doing acupressure, even some reflexology. So sometimes it can be a little bit tender. And so I was actually about to take a nap, and I was going to do just a recording in terms of being able to do some basic massage, to help relax you even more. And so my overall goal, at least I thought what I was going to do, was come and just do some basic foot massage and ankle massage. And then I went to go rub my feet, and then I felt, this little tender spot. I don't feel it anymore because now I'm working, in this area where there is just a little something still here, but not like it was. But yeah, actually, as I'm doing, it's not really feeling, but I do feel kind of like a trigger stimulation of a little bit of pain just going, down there. So I'm just going to work, in this area a little bit more. So I haven't actually touched this one here to see if, it's not really much, in here. But again, when you start coming in your valleys, there can be some tender spots. And the simple fact that there are tender spots, and I'm feeling it kind of more here, I'm just going to work in this area. I'm going to hold and do some deep breathing. Yeah, let me press in there. So I think I may end up just start working my valleys in a little bit, because so it's not as tender in here. Like I said, you start getting down to the bone area, then you can start feeling something. So that's not uncommon. So I'm doing that. I just think, so here's what I'm going to do. This is what the guidance is, is to work in doing some gentle rubbing. This is going to help to relax me even more. Because I was already feeling like I needed to take a nap. And then I started having, like I said, as I started rubbing, I started feeling a little bit of pain. As like I said, that's bringing some awareness to, something going on. One of the reasons why I do a lot of the demonstrations in terms of the foot rub and foot massage is because, our feet, they transport us, they carry us. We put a lot of weight. And when I say put a lot of weight, not from the weight of our body in terms of whether you are, big or small. It's just that when we stand or what we do, we're having to leverage our feet. And we need to give our feet as much love as possible. And also, working the ankles. What I find is that in the massage aspect, when you rub your ankles, um, it really helps to relieve so much stress in so many other areas, of the body. Also, if you ever have a Charlie horse, the cramps that you get, aside from drinking some water, some apple cider vinegar water, rub your ankles even more so than the place that is cramping, so to speak. If you rub your ankles and you get that Charlie horse or that, those cramps in your feet, it will just start to just ease up, all the different areas. So I'm going to do just kind of a little, wiggling here. I'm going to actually work. I worked on my adrenals and on my other foot in another video. And I'm actually going to do it here because I do feel something. And that could be why there was kind of the pain a little bit in, in that area. So I just need to just really give my foot a really, really good massage. And already that's feeling so much better. So I am actually demonstrating, the foot massaging and the ankle massaging too, but, coming to do some acupressure and just the rubbing, like I said, on the acupressure for the liver 3, but also doing, some rubbing of my overall foot here. So, oh, this is so good here. I'm so glad that I'm doing this. And like I said, I was gonna doze off, and I probably sound a little drowsy, so doze off and take a quick nap. But I felt like before I take my nap, I need to do some work on myself, and even if it was just in the basic massage, for the feet and for the ankles, and maybe doing something with my legs and everything. But I was like, I might as well make a video, right? Just be able to add some value. And I love just kind of doing these, in the moment, and allowing you all to be, with me in processes that I'm doing. So you can just see it's very non-intimidating, just to, start being able to do the basic DIY body work on yourself and have, kind of a daily practice or a weekly practice, of this. And oh, you all just don't know. Just right now, even with me doing this, how it's making me feel so much better, and I can relax better. And I'm gonna really hydrate myself too, because I think that probably some of the pain or a little bit of what is going on is that I must admit I'm not as well hydrated as I need to be, today. And as someone who is also a hydration coach, hydration and nutrition coach, that's important. But we all have our days where, even in the professions that we have or areas of expertise, that we aren't always on top of it. I mean, I'm not in a dehydrated state, but I could definitely use more water. So I wouldn't say I'm on a deficit side or anything, but I can just tell that I haven't had the hydration that I really need, today. And even sometimes that plays out even in, the skin texture and, and everything like that. So I'm going to definitely spend some time getting hydrated, drink a little water after I do this, and then take me a quick nap, and then I'm going to get up. When I get up, I'll do more hydration, because I don't want to do too much at this point if I'm trying to take a nap. Won't get much if I have to keep going to the bathroom. So too much information probably. But yeah, so I'm just just being intentional, just working these areas, and I'm so glad I am, because like I said, it's making me feel so much better. And it's interesting how I was kind of dozing off and a little drowsy, so to speak, and then I start doing this, even though it's relaxing me, it's kind of energizing me at the same time. So now I'm kind of conflicted. Am I taking a nap or not? Or maybe just doing, relaxing for a few moments or so. But, we'll see. I'm still going to lay down. But before doing that, just, taking, like I said, some more time. And so like this foot, because I worked on the adrenals earlier, this foot, feels great, and there's really no pain. It was just really on this side here. So I'm just going to do a little bit more rubbing, in this area. Sometimes, stiffness or different things in certain areas, we just need the circulation to, we need to just move the blood and get the energy flowing. And it just helps us, to feel, just so much better. But I know that I need to do this a lot more. And, more recently I've been doing more little mini retreats for myself. And I have a practice, of obviously not just with the profession, but my overall well-being of, being able to do the DIY body work, on myself, and just other wellness practices as well. But sometimes we have to take that to another level. And so I've been guided to do a lot more of the mini retreats for myself, and share those, with you all as well. Oh, just working in this valley, I need this. I really do. I actually didn't realize how much I did need this until now. But what my body is really communicating, though, is that I really do need more hydration. And so that's going to benefit me greatly. So like I mentioned, I'm going to definitely do that. But, you know, doing this and working, you know, on these areas here, like I said, in the valleys, they get tender anyway. But I'm so glad to be spending the time, spending the time here. If I can't even put into words. But as you all know, I'm typically always talking about how I get the immediate results, you know, from doing this DIY, you know, body work. And I know that some of it does have to do with the momentum that I have, you know, over time, you know, of having this practice. But, you know, I have to share with you that, you know, early on when I was doing the DIY body work, and I shared, you know, within my publication, you know, in terms of how this work has literally saved my life. I mean, literally saved my life, being on death's door several times, and not necessarily being able to get to a physician or so. And sometimes it was for the best not to, because especially with a lot of the Western practices that, you know, I'm not interested in taking, you know, pills and drugs and things that aren't really going to help me, you know, in the long term, not even in the short, you know, term. Sometimes they do more damage, but accessing that healer energy from within, you all have no idea how I have helped to regenerate organs and different things, kidney function, and yeah, just overall well-being. Like I said, this work here has literally saved my life on so many different occasions of being allergic to environments, being challenged, and you know, combating with unseen airborne pollutants, mold, different things, you name it. I have had those type of warfare attacks in a sense, and I do call them that, you know, on my body. Yeah, but again, that work or those experiences have led me to bring forth the deeper and more expansive works that I do with the new Ascended Anatomy. So I've had to get into different new dimensions of my anatomy to bring forth the well-being. This is working miracles on me right now. You all have no idea. This is so great. I almost don't want to stop, and I know I won't be able to continue this video for so long, but you all have actually been with me in my own little private session here that I'm doing, which I'm actually working the kidney right now, doing some just some pressing here and some hooks here. Wow, I really needed this, and this is awesome, you all. It is. It really is. And you have no idea. I feel so much better. I'm gonna rest and relax. Oh man, this is just great. But yeah, so I know I've shared quite a bit here, and some of you may not have even known about, you know, my background with this and my stories, you know, in terms of things I've been combating with and what led me to being able to go deeper into this work, you know, for myself. So yeah, just sharing this. So what I'm going to do now is come over to the publication, and I always feature this, you know, my favorite section, because this is my model journal for you all. So explore, experience, enhance, and so yes, I touch myself by doing what I've, you know, kind of done some of everything, but I did, you know, massage, rubbing, worked my liver 3 with acupressure, you know, worked in the valleys, which also helps with, you know, the bronchial section when you know, work on the front part of your foot. So I've done some rubbing in those areas, worked my adrenals, worked the kidney, you know, area, and you all heard how much it made me feel so great. And also my awareness around I did need to hydrate myself more. And so the benefits and results is that getting that immediate relief and then more insight of what I need to do next was, just great. And so I would come here and just expound, more, upon that. And something even from the Wealth-flex-ology is about me really continue to expand this work and to create more retreats, and even if they are in product forms, for you all. And so yeah, to be able to help you, with that, and also sharing more even about my story in terms of, how I came to do this work. And I'm really a present moment energy person, so I actually am not the one who goes through, oh, this is what I did to come to this. That's really just not how my evolution has guided me to share what I do by taking it through that process. But within these videos, I've noticed that I have actually started sharing a little bit more, about that. And so maybe there's going to be the opportunity to, talk about that a little bit more, maybe in a product, or like I said, to in maybe some of the retreats or things that come up. So I'm going to leverage that and let that be kind of a wealth aspect, that I'm sharing that wealth of wisdom and knowledge with you all, even through, like I said, through the story, and allowing that to be something that, with even in the present moment, can be very powerful for you all, even though I'm not one to like to go through, those different aspects. But so the results and outcome is that I'm actually talking about it now, that I do feel called during this time to share those different elements. And product, when you can share your story in a product, or so at least for me, it does allow me to keep moving my energy in the present, so that if someone needs to hear the story of how I got to somewhere, and also how I can benefit them in starting this process, then they can have the product and I can refer them to the product, versus anyone booking me to speak to go over my story, in a sense, because I really don't talk from that perspective. I know that's a different vantage point to take, but the power is in the present moment. And so, yeah. So I'll expound upon more of that. If you want to secure a copy of I Touch Myself and I Like It, there'll be a link in the description. It's available on Amazon, but I will have a link in the description. Also, you can learn about other works that I do, within this area, but just in the wellness area, holistic healing area in general. So I'm glad to be able to share this with you, and thank you for taking the time to be with me here and to watch this. And I hope that this has been beneficial, for you, and hearing me just, share about certain aspects, and aspects about my journey, and then just you being here with me, just in real time, as I'm having, kind of some challenges and some discomfort, so to speak. And now I've actually relieved myself, because I don't feel any of that, what I felt before, just by doing this work. That is the power of this type of work, and really having that healing touch within your grasp. What your hands can do can be amazing when you touch these different points on your body, and be able to have that spontaneous well-being come about. So of course I could go on and on about this for days, and but I won't keep you. And thank you again. And again, you can look in the description, and there'll just be information about the publication, and also other things that I do. But definitely leave a comment below if this has been beneficial to you, even if just not this video, any of the other videos that you've seen. And I'll also link a playlist for you to check some out, for those who are not familiar with the work that I do, or haven't seen any of the other videos. So as always, I look forward to bringing you more of these types of videos, and I'm excited about what's going to be emerging, that's going to benefit you all greatly, we'll create this win-win. And thank you again, and I look forward to bringing more videos to you soon.